There are two ways to select rounds to analyze. One, pick specific rounds. This page allows you to select the rounds that you wish to analyze from your list. The second way is filtering your rounds. This page provides 8 filtering options. Choose your most recent X, like your most recent 5 or 10, and then you can filter by course, tournament format, play format, green speed, score, greater than, equal to, or less than equal to, start date, end date, and the number of holes played, either 18 holes only, 9 holes, or both. The defaults are set to include all of these categories, but one simple click opens up the options. For instance, tournament, non-tournament. My favorites are analyzed by course. This is especially valuable when preparing to return to an upcoming event. A specific course will expose driving errors by hole, as well as scoring by hole. This enables me to formulate a very specific game plan on exactly how to approach each hole. Best, worst analysis. This reveals the major differences in your game when you are at your best versus your worst scores. You can also see exactly what your game looks like when you play to your handicap by selecting the best 10 of your most recent 20 rounds. The point being that your analysis options are extremely flexible and almost limitless. The first screen provides visually and in words the answer that I promised my subscribers when I set out to create this program. I did not want to simply regurgitate numbers and percentages expecting users to draw their own conclusions about their relative strengths and weaknesses, like I saw in all of the other stat programs. I wanted to clearly identify that part of the game that, if improved to the level of one's target handicap, would save the most strokes to par on average each round. As you can see here, my current handicap is a 4. Represented by this black line across the middle of the graphic. And my target is 0 to 2. So the answer is the tee to green game is my #1 improvement priority. This is where I should see the quickest and easiest improvement in my game if I apply the effort. I believe that every golfer has a general skill level and that it is best represented by the best part of their game. In this case, my skill level should be best represented by my putting, which is a +1. I often get the question, what do the relative handicaps mean? Actually, not as dumb a question as I originally thought. My putting handicap is a +1. It means if putting were all there were to the game of golf, I would be a +1 handicap instead of the 4 that I am now. What exactly is the tee to green game? Briefly, it is everything except putting. It includes driving, approach shots, and short game. In our LITE program, we only include driving and greens in regulation, both very important parts of the game. So let's see what they tell us. I am averaging 9.2 greens in regulation, fairly steady across all these 5 rounds, and my target is 11.1 greens in regulation. Okay, not a huge gap, but clearly I need to focus on hitting more greens in regulation. At the same time, my average putting distance when I hit those greens in regulation, or what we might call proximity, is 23.8 feet. My target would be 24 feet. So when I'm hitting my 9 greens in regulation, I'm actually hitting it as close as my target. Let's look at driving. This is interesting. While my tee to green game is a 9 handicap, my driving handicap is a 17. That's a big gap. I'm hitting an average of 8 fairways, whereas my target would be 8.5. Not bad. These are my relative handicaps in driving: 18, 21, 20. Then I jump down to a 10 and back up to an 18. My overall driving handicap is a 17. Not very good. Why is it? It's not that I'm missing tons of fairways. I have always maintained that it is not how many fairways one hits that matters. Instead, it is the relative severity of our misses that really matter. Let's scroll down and look at my missed fairways. This graph displays all the fairways that I missed in these 5 rounds. You can see 5 categories of missed fairways. The light green is good lie, a good opportunity. Yellow is a poor lie, a poor opportunity, but I could accomplish my next goal if I were to hit a very good shot. And then the 3 types of driving errors: the no shot, penalty, and the lost ball and out of bounds. As we can see, I have way too many errors, twice as many as my target handicap. I clearly need to weed out these driving errors, and it should be my #1 improvement priority. Further, that given when one commits a driving error, it is generally impossible to hit the green in regulation. The fact that I am even close to my target handicap in greens in regulation must tell me that my approach shot facet is fairly good. Now on to my strength, putting. As you can see, our LITE program does not include approach shots or the short game. There's a link included to a free trial of our tour program if you'd like to see exactly how that program works. Putting. I've exceeded my target handicap, and I get congratulations. When you have exceeded your target handicap in both facets of the game, the program will recommend that you choose a lower target, and you'll see new comparative data. The first graph shows my putting handicap by round. This shows us the relative volatility in our putting game. The system then shows graphics of one-putt percentages, both in a table and in a graph, but the table allows us to show the number of putting opportunities, which is important, as well as PGA Tour data, and then the same for 3-putts. Finally, let's look at scoring. This table will show you all of the rounds that you have selected, score and your average score, numbers of putts, the course, the format, tournament, non-tournament, and the green speed. Then the slope-adjusted differential. In short, these are the real differences between you and the course and tees played. It factors in the relative difficulty of the course. Finally, your scoring average by hole type, par 3, par 4, par 5. I hope you will enjoy our LITE program, and please let us know of your improvement. Play well and have fun.